everyone, my name is Ivan and I'm the audio guy for Tangerine Beams. Today I want to show you a quick tutorial on how you can humanize your hi-hats in Ableton. Here we have a section of the audio, let's check it out.
Waiting for you, silhouettes are all I feel, stuck on the west coast again, I'm changing for you.
Those hi-hats are not bad, we have a few varied hits going on, but we want to give it a groove. We wanted to give an illusion that maybe a human is playing it, or at least a machine that's not that cold-hearted. So, what we want to do is go to our Max for Life section and look up LFO under Audio Max Audio Effect and drag it right into the Audio Effect section. For Ableton 10 users, Max for Life is built into the Ableton 10. For Ableton 9 users, you will need to install it. I do recommend Ableton 10 better because Max for Life, in my experience, can crash in Ableton 9 and cause other issues. Most of the time it works though, so go ahead. Okay, so as you can see, this little LFO tool, it's pretty simple. We can control the rate, the depth, and the offset, as well as the shape of the modulation. So let's just snap our parameter to gain on this bell, around 7K on the EQ. As you can see, it started to modulate, so let's listen how it sounds now.
Waiting for you, silhouettes are all I feel, stuck on the west coast again.
Okay, so we gained a little bit of a groove. Now our hi-hats become a little bit louder, a little bit quieter during certain sections of the beat, and that's generally what we want. You don't want your hi-hat to be exactly the same all the time, you want it to vary up a little bit. Another thing we can do is, let's say, use a saturator. This time we're gonna set up rate to 1/4 instead of 1/2 so that it interacts with our EQ in a good way, hopefully. Let's hear it out.
Waiting for you, silhouettes are all I feel, stuck on the west coast again.
Yeah, so it created a different kind of grooves. Sometimes the hi-hat really picks through, sometimes it ducks more than needed. You can of course control the depth to decrease the amount of drive or increase it. As you can see, if we set up the depth to 52%, the drive goes crazy. But we're gonna play it safe here. If this is not the kind of groove that you want, then you can turn off the LFOs, you can control the rate, you can automate the rate, you can do a lot of things with it, so just play around. And the last thing we're gonna do is use a compressor to create an illusion of hits being hit at different strength, so to speak. So we're gonna use a random setting on the LFO, and we're gonna map the parameter to the threshold of our compressor. Make sure the makeup is disabled because that will kind of defeat the purpose. And let's check it out again.
Waiting for you, silhouettes are all I feel, stuck on the west coast again, I'm changing for you, silhouettes.
As you can hear, our hi-hats are much more varied now. Here's the comparison without any effects.
Waiting for you, silhouettes are all I feel,
And we're gonna turn them on.
the west coast again, I'm changing for you, silhouette.
In my opinion, sounds much better, but of course, this is just a tutorial example. You should be doing a lot of tweaking and making sure that everything works the way you want it to work. So, what to pay attention for? Pay attention to the rate of your modulation so you don't ruin your carefully crafted groove. And pay attention to the shape of the modulation, because if you use something like a square on the EQ, as you can see, it just goes up and down without nothing in between, so that can cause staring and other undesirable effects. It can also make a really cool creative effect, but we'll talk about that in later videos. And that's pretty much it. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you like the song that was featured, click the links down below, give it a spin. Next time we'll examine more advanced techniques, how to humanize our snares, our kicks. There is more you can do. We still will be using EQs and saturators and compressors, but I came up with certain techniques of my own to make them sound even more awesome / human-like. If you want to ask any questions about this little trick or just connect with us and talk to us about music or audio engineering, shoot us a message on Twitter, tangerine_beams, or Instagram, just tangerine beams. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers!